So Premier League
Welcome
is
to
back.
Yes, Premier League is back. Welcome to another episode of Total Football. Welcome, subscribers and family, fundamentals family. So today we'll be covering a bit of what happened in the last week, little news, Champions League, review of last week's Premier League, preview of this week's Premier League. Lot to talk, guys. So stick with us. Stay tuned for more updates.
Yeah, it's an exciting week, right? Last week was an exciting week. Champions
Yeah.
League, all the major teams going through, and it's the last leg of the Premier League. So excited for the last 10 games, 11 games is there,
Yes,
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
as we enter towards the final stages, it's becoming more crazier. At least
Yeah,
top three and even the four, five, six is good enough to be a fight in the end.
great. It's going to be a great
Yeah.
fight.
So let's start with what happened last week. I mean, a bit of news and Champions League. First of all, I heard India will be facing Afghanistan in the World Cup qualifiers football.
Yes, yes.
What are the chances you believe
Yeah, I
India
think
has?
the new coach is really positive. That's what we hear from him in the news, right? So they'll be facing them in the end of this month, hoping that India are a decent squad right now. Don't you think? Like they're not getting those results. They're losing 1-0 and 2-0, but still they are able to hold off good teams, right? Just with a
Yeah.
1-0 or a 2-0 draw, win. So, but I feel they will compete well. Even if they go down, they will compete well, and hoping for a positive result.
Yeah, same here. Until Chetri is there, I have the slightest of hope at least. Let's hope
True.
that goes true. Moving on, we
Yeah.
had news from Manchester United board that there is some kind of reconstruction of the stadium happening. Gary Neville
Yeah.
is involved as one of the top
Wow.
guy who's leading this project. So that's a tremendous news coming out of Old Trafford.
Wow.
Ineos are making their first step, I think. Uh, and also, I think you were mentioning today that there are rumors Thomas Frank is linked as manager next season, right? Although I
Yes,
believe
there were
it's still
rumors.
a
There
rumor.
were rumors, though he shied off saying that no, he's happy at Brentford. But there were rumors that Thomas Frank might be the manager. Good guy. I mean, he's a good manager, isn't it? He's a well drilled guy. He has shaped Brentford into what the team is right now. It's
Yeah.
not. It's a away games at Brentford has become difficult. So, would you take Thomas Frank? I feel maybe
So
you give some more time to Ten Hag.
I will not answer that question right now because I believe Eric Ten Hag is given a longer term project and
True.
Ineos have enough trust in him, at least for
Right.
now. Maybe we can talk about it when the next season begins and how summer signings go and things like that. But let's see. Moving on, we had some big teams fighting it out in the Champions
Qualifying.
League. Yes, in the
Right.
round of 16, and we already have four teams qualifying into the quarterfinals. Big teams, Manchester City
I
going through.
think
Then we
Real
have,
Madrid going through,
yeah,
PSG going through, all the expected. I think the results were expected as it is, and
Bayern Munich going
Mbappe
through.
going
Yeah,
through, Bayern Munich going through. So looking forward for the next week. I think you still have exciting another four teams which will go to the quarters. Atletico
Inter
playing
Milan. Inter
Atletico
Milan.
playing Inter Milan. Yeah, that's going to be a great game.
Yeah,
And Arsenal Porto, Porto are one up in the first leg. So though away goals do not count, but still they are one up in the leg.
Barcelona going away.
Right, Dortmund playing Barcelona Napoli. Yeah, Barcelona. I don't fancy Barcelona. I think Napoli will
I
go
mean,
through. What do you think? What do you think
right
about
now
that game?
the stake is shared, right? One each. They go into the second leg. So I feel Napoli will go through as you believe because Awesome Man is in great touch. And
Great touch.
so let's see. And the last fixture is Dortmund traveling to PSV.
PSV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and moving on, let's talk about a review of what happened in the Premier League in the match week 27. Some great results, some interesting facts, some great goals. Lot to talk about. Anand, you
Lot to
can
lot,
dig into it right away. Yeah,
lot to talk about. I think it was a great week. A goals galore week. That's what I would say.
yeah,
Again, another goals galore. I like starting off with the first game, Castle against Wolves at home. Castle just
pretty
went there
easily.
and they wanted
Yeah,
that win. They just easily won it. I thought Wolves will fight, but I think it was a pretty straightforward win.
yeah,
Isaac coming into the score sheet. So it's a boosting win for Newcastle, considering they are trying to nick it into those Europa League or a Conference
yeah,
League
yeah.
spot, right?
3-0. Yeah, amazing, amazing
3-0.
victory for Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Spurs versus Crystal Palace. So Spurs at home winning easily for to Crystal Palace 3-1. They have been consistent. They are in the top four right now. They are challenge not top four, top five,
Five.
right? Fifth position after Aston Villa. So they are a team to beat. I think they will finish in the top six. That's what I feel. What are your thoughts?
I think
There
they've
are a
been very lucky,
lot
okay?
of teams hanging around the 5, 6, 7, 8
I
position,
mean,
right?
Spurs are being lucky, okay, last 2 to 3 weeks. Just when you think they're losing or ending the match in a draw, they come back to score after 85th minute and that winner. This time, 2 goals, I think, in the last 10 minutes or 12 minutes, backed
Right.
them at 3 points. So, kind of luck is also going their way. But yeah, very true competitive team this season. Right from the beginning, even the manager is really doing good. So that's my call on Spurs.
That's your call on Spurs. I think one of our fans, Surya, is saying both are Spurs fans wearing white. No, we are just wearing white for the summer here in India, not Spurs fans. Definitely no Spurs. Anyway, moving to Forest versus Liverpool at home and a late winner. I thought they're going to drop points, but Nunes he came on as a sub and won it for Liverpool. What do you
Yeah.
feel?
I mean, equally for Nunes, I would call it McAllister also for that pass. I mean, like, you can't really take off your eye from him, okay? McAllister has been class in terms of assist. So Nunes, absolutely brilliant header. Just when
Yes,
you thought Liverpool is going to drop points, there you go. Nunes, winner. I mean, he's a fighter. I mean, he's really showcasing his skills in the absence of Salah.
true. I think Liverpool are giving it all for Jurgen Klopp. I think this season they are just winning those games. Even the last week, the winner, and this week again a 1-0 winner. They are just hanging on there with City and Arsenal. Looking forward. Next game, Brentford versus Chelsea, a 2-2 draw.
Wow.
Wow, what a
Brilliant
game!
game. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant
I mean, did
game.
you see that goal from Visa? The
Wow,
bicycle
what a
kick.
goal.
So apparently
What a
there
goal.
were 3 attempts for bicycle by Visa in the same game. And
Okay,
third one
okay.
clicked.
But the one that clicked was amazing. It's
Brilliant.
those goals are really a treat to
I
watch.
mean, reminds me of Benteke, then Peter Crouch. When he started
Ronaldo
watching
has scored
football, no,
some.
Peter Crouch
Yeah,
used to score these goals like every week for Stoke City.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
true. And
So,
considering his height, he used to
yeah.
flip and score those
Yeah.
goals, right? It
Yeah.
would be great. And you remember one? There was one goal from Mikitran for United, just the
Oh,
flip.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mikitran for United, yeah. And then even Mata has scored a similar goal. I mean,
Yeah.
these goals are crazy. Everton versus West Ham. Everton losing at home to West Ham 1-0. Sorry, 3-1.
3-1,
West
yes.
Ham's. So what do you think? I think Everton are just slipping out. They just had a slight momentum in between a
Yeah.
series of 2 to 3 games wins, and then
But
now again they are slipping.
they slipped down, but they have a right opportunity today facing United. They can win if they want
Oh, God.
to. If they want to. But going to West Ham, Suchek doing really playing really amazing football there. I think he removed his jersey after
Yeah,
scoring goal.
lucky.
So it really means what it is for West Ham. I mean, they are fighting it out in Europa. I don't know. They got relegated from Europa, They were playing the second leg or something this week. Not sure about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, maybe yes.
Yeah.
Even Villa, I think Villa is also they are hanging on for a 1-1, so they just have to win the next week to go
I
through
think
next round.
Bowen's hat trick has created an impact at West Ham.
Yes, yes, Bowen's hat
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
Fantastic player, Bowen. Anyway, going to the next game, Luton against Villa, again a five-game thriller. We've seen every match, now this is again
Yes.
a five-game thriller, and Villa hanging on to the top four. So great win again. Watkins with a brace. I'm sure many of us had Watkins in our
I had
fantasy also.
captain. I had
Oh,
captain Watkins.
that was a brilliant move, brilliant move. Anyway, but Luton fought well, but I thought Villa held on in the end.
Yeah.
So Burnley versus Bournemouth. So Burnley at home losing to Bournemouth. Burnley are going down. They are in the relegation zone. I feel they'll fight it out, but I think they might get relegated. So what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on Burnley?
Premier League is proving to be a lot of weight on Burnley at the moment,
Mm,
considering the skill level they possess. So I believe they need some good transfers, at least some
true.
good players who can meet the expectation in the Premier League holds. So right now, I feel they will get relegated back to Championship.
Okay. Oh, just a quick thing. I mean about Vincent Company. We saw maybe in some of the videos that him being a very vocal manager. Do you think he's handled the Premier League pressure and the team is managed the team well for Burnley? Some of the
So
here and there he has edged games, but
yeah.
most of the games, like you rightly mentioned, it's been too tough for them, right?
So I think strategically and tactically, company has not been good in Premier League,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
championship, of course, he was exceeding expectation and won the championship, right? But
True.
when
True.
it comes to Premier League, it's a different ball game, sir. So you have to change your tactics. Skill level
Yes.
have to be improved. If you have to face even a team like Bournemouth, can upset you any day.
Can
So
upset you
you
in
have
any
to,
day.
yeah. So you have to come prepared at that skill set.
Yes, true. And then I'll go to another game, Arsenal versus Sheffield. Arsenal going away and hammering Sheffield in the first half.
I
We have been
like
fantastic. I'm not
when you
missing
talk
it.
about Arsenal. One thing that comes to my mind is they've been dominant in all areas this season, but they are short of something. Okay,
Still,
they are
still
short of
they are
something.
still they are in the third place. Yeah, they're short
Yeah,
of something. They just those big games. They have to take the extra mile. So
exactly.
anyway, goals galore again, and then the match of the week last week, right? Man City against Man United. I think a first
No
half
man,
screamer from Rashford, and then what happened? You
just
tell me as a United fan,
I
what happened?
mean, just when I thought Rashford screamers or the counter-attacking game could win us 3 points, is when Phil Foden happened. I mean, I love that celebration. Okay, by the way, it
Yeah,
reminds me of Cavani. But Phil Foden, what a player! What a
what a
player!
play.
England team has, I mean, bought up. He's a
What a
future
play.
for me. I mean,
It's a future,
I
right?
don't
He's
know.
future.
He's molding himself into Premier League's Messi, I believe. Uh, but lot to,
Brilliant,
I
brilliant.
mean, he has to prove that elsewhere also, even on the international side. But I mean, Manchester is blue is only the thing I can tell you now.
I mean, what first touch and what ball control is having at that young age? Truly commendable. Second half is where I think United lost it when they came.
Yeah.
Or we knew that City would have a lot of possession, but
So
yes,
yeah. So
you still had
Manchester
to handle that.
United, I mean, even the playing 11 were not as strong as Manchester City's bench team. Okay, the reason is we have 9 injuries going on,
Yes, true,
and that's
true.
impacted the team crazily.
Huge
And
impact.
uh, we do not have a left back, so you know how wingers needs to be. If you have to stop a player like Foden, you really need a good player there. I mean, Luke Shaw could have been an impact, but he's again a injury prone player for me. He's never
Uh,
completed a season for United. That's a
Actually, when you
fact.
said that, right, I just had this in mind even last week. I always thought that Dallo can play inverted left back and Van Bissaka can play on the right. Both of them being really pacey, even if it's not a proper left footer, Dallo still can manage on
But we
the
didn't have
flank in the left.
Bissaka.
Yeah,
So we had to force in Lindelof into that position,
true,
which was
true.
quite bad. Lindelof
That's
is
where the
good at the center, not at the wing.
not at the wing, yes.
Yeah.
But major injury blow to Lisandro Martinez and Hoyland. Just when he was scoring goals, he got injured. So
Mason Mount, I don't know what we did this season. He's been just enjoying his time off the field.
Mason
So, I
Mount is
mean,
real
injury
for him.
crisis, nevertheless, I mean, you give them the time they need, let them work it out and come out of this shit, I would call. But kudos to Guardiola's men.
Kudos to the way they came back. So moving on, I think that's about the review for the
So,
last week.
Anand, before we move on, right, there were a couple of facts from last week's Premier League. About
Yeah.
7 goals were scored after 90 minutes, okay, entirely. And we have 4 goals that have been nominated for goal of the season from last week. So it's been crazy match week 27 that happened and
I
something to
think
remember.
Vize's goal was one,
Yeah.
and then Rashford's goal maybe.
Yeah, Rashford, Phil Foden's goal.
Phil Foden. And
Yeah,
then
so
Eze's free kick also, I guess,
yeah,
against
yeah.
Eze's free kick
Yeah,
was amazing free kick.
brilliant. So
Yeah.
these are some fun facts from last week. Then we have Premier League awards announced. You would be very happy that at least
Very.
here somebody deserved something and got the appreciation.
Yeah, truly deserving. I would
Yes,
say last 7 games, 31 goals. That's been
brilliant.
brilliant from Arsenal. Brilliant, simply brilliant, and
Arsenal have been
deserving man of the
scoring the most number of goals, conceding very less goals as well.
true.
So Mikel Arteta, manager of the month for February. And do you know the player of the month for February?
Player of the month, Ole Watkins.
No, I'm sorry. I This has to be a United guy. Hoyland it is.
Oh
For his
God,
consistent performance, I mean, he scored about 5 goals in 5 consecutive games. So he's been awarded the Player of the Month for Premier League. Then goal of the season, goal of the month for February
goal
also
of the
is a
month.
United guy. It's Maino for the goal against
Oh
Wolves.
yes, what a goal, Toby
Yeah,
Manu, a youngster.
that was a brilliant goal. So he deservingly got that as well. So these were some of the
So
awards
Toby
mentioned.
Manu was goal of the month, right?
Goal of the
Toby
month.
Manu was goal of the
Yeah,
month. Wow, that's great.
and that was a winner.
Yeah,
So
so
rightly judged.
rightly judged. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, so that's for some fun facts from the last week, and the review of the last week. Now let's move on. The first game, which is going to start in the next 40
Half
minutes,
an hour.
right? Yeah,
One
half
hour.
an hour.
1 hour. Yeah.
1 hour, 1 hour. Yes. So Manchester United versus Everton. Manchester United have to, the last leg of the Premier League, they just have to win
Yes.
games because they have to stay in the Europa, or if they have to qualify for Champions League, they
Yeah.
have Spurs and Villa, which are really competing. So what are your thoughts on this game? First game.
So, if you are to make some good summer signings, a team has to always play in big leagues. Okay, if that is the
Yeah.
mindset, then this last leg has to be considered very strong and good results for me. So, this should be the first step, ideally, where United can start boosting up their points and winning it. So I think Eric Ten Hag has this is in mind, and the players
Yes.
perform to that expectation. So I believe it's going to be a 2-1 victory to United. What
I
about
think
you?
Bisaka, yeah, that's true. I think even I feel that they will win this game. Considering Bisaka came in, I think at the end, I think the 80th minute in the last game, if I
No, no.
remember. So
Bisaka did not turn up. He's still
you
out
come
with
in.
injury. Yeah.
Yeah, so if that is the case, then the back four is still edgy because of Lindelof playing there.
Yeah.
Uh, Everton again, they've been on and off, right? They perform sometimes well, but mostly they've been off. Their defense has been poor. So even I agree. I would say 2-1 Man United. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Next match, Palace against Luton. Palace playing at home. What are your thoughts?
Luton will give a good fight. Okay.
Hmm.
But Palace will edge it out for me. I believe it is going to be a similar result that I predicted for United 2-1 is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it will be a draw. That's what I think because Luton have to. They are giving it everything. I think they
Yeah.
just want to come out of that relegation zone. They are edging there in 17th and 18th position. So they're going to give it everything, and I think it's going to be 2-2 for Luton.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Next game is Bournemouth against Sheffield. I have 100% sure that Bournemouth is going to win this game. It's going to
Okay.
be 3-0 Bournemouth. What do you feel?
I don't know. I am predicting a boring game after all.
Yeah.
Maybe a 1-1 draw is what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wolves against Fulham. Wolves at home. Fulham traveling. Fulham have been in good form. They keep, they win those games. They have a good away form also. That's what I have been
Mm-hmm.
going. They have a good away form. Uh, and Muniz, who's the
Yeah.
striker, very good striker, and then
He's been
Pereira
in
playing
real
with
good
him,
touch. Yeah.
real good touch. Wolves also have been playing well, a good game to watch out for. I would say Fulham will edge this again, 2-1 Fulham. What do you
I
feel?
second that 2-1 to me as well.
Yeah. Important game for us, Arsenal versus Brentford. Considering we are playing today and the game is tomorrow, we go on top of the table just to put pressure on Liverpool and City. I think we'll win it. I think we'll win it. And it's not going to be a goal galore. It's going to be 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay. Will this open doors for Ivan Tony? Emirates, here you come.
If
Okay,
he comes
so
and haunts it at Emirates, then it's going to be sad for
yeah,
me.
I mean, I don't know. I still believe Brentford will score one goal,
Hmm.
but Arsenal will edge it through 3-1 to me.
3-1 to me. Okay. Villa against Tottenham. A
Hmm.
great game. Again,
Great
fourth
game.
one
I mean, as a United fan, you know
for
what I
you.
want.
you you want I think you want I mean ideal result would be a draw, but you want
Yeah.
Aston Villa to lose maybe this
So
game.
Tottenham have one game in hand, okay?
Yeah.
So considering that, I want them to draw this.
Okay. But yeah, Villa are playing at home. They have been very strong at
Yeah.
home this season. But it's a great game to watch out for. I am saying Villa is going to win this. They're going to edge it to one. What do
Okay.
you feel?
One each for me.
One each for you. Okay. West Ham versus Burnley. Burnley again lurking in the relegation zone. I
Yeah.
I mean, you go with the your thoughts first.
So West Ham should have it pretty easy 2-0 for me. Bowen will be the goal scorer, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, Burnley, as we spoke about, I mean, tactically they had to be much better in their set pieces and all. They conceded a lot of goals in set pieces. And West Ham, they are a team. They even though they have been in those seventh, eighth, and ninth place, still they are a very good team. Very drilled team by David Moyes. So I think West Ham will win it 2-0 for me. Huge game. I think Brighton against Forest.
Hmm.
Forest, Brighton playing at home, and Brighton have been losing the last 2 3 weeks. They have not been in good nick, and even they lost in the Europa also. They lost to. I think I'm not sure which team they lost to, but they lost to Ajax. I think 4-1 or something.
Oh,
So they're not playing well.
they have been very
But
inconsistent this season.
yes, very inconsistent. Some good players, some very exciting prospects they have. But I think this game they might win considering they're playing at home. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So just when you think Brighton was going off track this season, they would come back and win a game, which you never would have thought will happen. So considering that, even I think Brighton will edge it 2-0 this time.
Okay. And then I'll come to the main game at the end. So Chelsea versus Newcastle. So
Yeah.
Chelsea, we know Chelsea are being Chelsea. They are just winning games here and there. Uh, but I think who told? I think Drogba has told that we have to give a lot of. You have to give at least 1.5 years to this Chelsea squad, considering they are a very young squad and they need more time to settle in the league.
Mhm.
But my point is, they loaned out so many good talents. Hudson Odoi went away, Armando Broja went away. And they still don't have a proper number nine who's going to get you 15, 20 goals in a season. So, and they're playing Newcastle. I think it's going to be a tough game for them. That's what my thoughts are. I'm not sure of this because I'm not sure of any Chelsea game what the result might be. You go ahead with your thoughts for this game.
So, if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Isn't this supposed to be called a North London derby or something? Chelsea
Yeah,
versus North London
yeah,
derby,
it's
right?
kind of a North London derby. Yeah,
Yeah, and this fixture reminds me of one person, okay, Dembaba. He's played for both the clubs, if you remember, and he scored against each of the other clubs.
yeah,
So, considering that Newcastle will give a real good fight and a strong fight, not just good fight. Isaac is back into form, and I have got him into my pre
yes,
fantasy team. So I'm expecting Newcastle to edge it here, 3-1 away victory.
crazy, crazy. When you told about Dembaba's goal, there was this Pape Cisse goal against Chelsea. Also, if you
Banana.
remember,
Yeah, yeah.
the outside the boot. Oh, that
It
was
was
a
called, I think, a
crazy
banana kick or something, right?
banana kick. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how he beat Peter Cech from that long.
Yeah.
Bournemouth against Luton. What do you? That's another game we have
I think it's coming the following week. We can cover
following
it.
week, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. I think the last game, the big, huge game. I think the title race game, Liverpool against Man City. So let's discuss this.
So my hand is holding this color, and will it be this color who will come up victorious? So, yeah, Salah is back. Okay, I think Klopp has confirmed he'll be back in this fixture. A
Okay.
great game for both teams. Okay, if they have to make a mark towards that finish line, this is the game for them. And one team that will be watching this game along with 20 other team 20 other people in the room will be Arsenal, who
Yes.
would be just waiting for a draw so that both teams like fall behind the points and you guys stay on the top, which would be a boosting thing for you guys. But there's a lot of matchups, okay, in this game. Nunes, top class form versus Manchester City defenders. Foden versus Van Dijk. Holland versus Trent. Trent, is Trent's
Haaland.
name? Is he
Yeah, he's
back?
back. He's back. He's back. He's
Yeah.
on the bench. He'll
Oh,
be on
he'll
the
be on the
bench.
bench.
Yeah.
McAllister versus Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Rodri, sorry.
McAllister,
Yeah,
Rodri. Yeah.
Rodri. So, lot of matchups, okay? Lot. So, it is.
And De Bruyne. You can never forget De Bruyne in these games. Kevin De
Yes.
Bruyne, special.
Salah versus De Bruyne, you can call it.
Yeah. Salah versus
And
De
at
Bruyne.
Anfield, the fans are going to be crazy. Okay, not easy for City. Let me tell you, not easy at all. But at the same time, if City starts getting goals in the first half, they'll dominate the game.
Yeah.
So it's good. I don't know what to predict in this game. Okay, but I am going to sit in front of the TV, enjoying each minute of this game. In terms of predictions, and considering the strength of the bench, I will go with Manchester City. Uh,
Okay.
3-2 victory for Manchester City. Your
Okay.
thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you rightly said, a lot of matchups in this game. I think it's a star-studded affair that's going to happen, and I feel ideal result for Arsenal is a 1-1 draw. That's what it is
Yeah.
for them to go off the table. But considering City have the bench strength, right? And City, I'm not writing away Liverpool at all.
Yeah,
Liverpool at Anfield, we know how the atmosphere is going to be and how they are going to be behind these 11 players. And we've seen, I mean, we have to mention Ederson and Alisson, the two best keepers for Brazil, going against each other.
yeah,
So it's going to be a great game, and hoping that maybe we can do a watch along also for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
If it's a brilliant
Uh,
game, then we should do.
yeah, we should do a watch along if it's a brilliant game. I think it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 2-2 draw. That's what I feel.
I mean, your instinct are very good, Arnold. It's talking as your mind says, or
Yeah,
whatever
I
your
think
mind
I think
wants.
it's yeah. That's what I want, and that's what the game is going to. But like you said, we are going to be hooked to the TV for this 1.5 hours. And what a
Yeah.
game! What a game!
I mean, one
Yeah.
of our subscriber is saying it's going to be an anti-climax. So, Surya, what is your prediction? Which side
I
would
think
you
so.
end the climax with?
Yes.
Yeah. So while he types, one player, Anand, if you had to pick who is going to star in this game, especially this game, okay, who would that be?
I think there are a lot of match winners for
Yeah.
Liverpool this season. Even when their top front three were not scoring, Van Dijk came up with goals. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, Pep will end Klopp's dream. Oh, we hope so. For a United fan, that should happen. I think for a United fan, both of them are arch rivals, so I don't think it will
Yeah.
matter anyway. Yes, going back to your question, that one player, if Salah is going to play, right? I think Salah is the difference.
Great.
Salah, even if he doesn't have, if he has a bad game for 75 minutes, still the 15 minutes, he will make a difference. So if Salah is going to start, it's going to be Salah. Otherwise, I would go with the star boy, uh, Erling Haaland.
So I was about to say Erling Haaland because I think last week he was a bit shaky. He wanted to score more goals against Manchester United, and luckily United is in such a good position that they give away goals very easily, like a scoop of ice cream melting down. Okay, so Haaland for me will be the player today. Sorry, tomorrow. Uh, I think he might score a brace. Let's see what happens. But let's wish both Liverpool and City fans a very all the best. Your heartbeats are going to run much faster than everyone. Arsenal, stay tuned, stay
Stay
calm.
tuned.
Yeah, you
Just
guys
win
have
the
to
game
face.
today. Just win the game today against Brentford
Yeah,
and put pressure on both the teams. Yeah.
don't run away and lose today. It's a very important game for you as well. You have to
True,
win
true,
it today to keep yourself alive in the top three fight.
true.
Three great managers who have been fighting it out. I mean, I think after Jose Mourinho, Arsene Wenger, and Alex Ferguson, I am seeing these three fighting it out. I
True.
mean,
That's a very good point. Very good
yeah,
point you made. I
the
think this is a
footballing era is
great fight.
back.
Football era
I
is back.
mean, I want more of these competitive games coming up. More of competitive teams fighting it out. Even Aston Villa, had they had one or two more impact players in their team, bigger standard players, I think they would have been your fourth team to fight out for that title. They've lost very
True,
important games in between, and that is why they
true,
are still hanging in the fourth position.
true,
But they've
true.
done well. Let's give them that credit they deserve. Good evening is what is happening there. Uh, that's it. Any
Yeah.
other player to watch out entirely this week?
Yeah, another player maybe just to mention on Aston Villa, Douglas Luiz making to the Brazil squad. What a great thing, a great achievement for Douglas Luiz. Like you rightly said, those even the one or two players, additional players, star players, if they have, they can really challenge the top three.
Yeah.
Let's see how they fare. Let's see how Douglas plays. So kudos, I think a great game week coming up.
Yes.
So we'll wind
So,
up.
yes, we can wind up this week. So, all the football fans, hope you liked our show today. Put in your
Yes,
predictions in our comment section. Do share the video, share feedback on how we can go about videos. And stay tuned. We might be doing a watch along tomorrow, guys. Stay updated.
sure.
And wishing everyone a great weekend. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Do subscribe our channel.
Do subscribe,
Thank
like,
you.
share. Yeah. Thank
Thank you
you.
once
Let's
again.
go
Fundamentals.
fundamentals.